welcome to our channel. For those of you who haven't met us yet, I'm Katie.
And I'm Brian.
And our blog is theconquercouple.com. So today we wanted to make this video kind of a little about us / our story so that you guys could just get to know us a little bit better and just kind of hear our story, and it's more fun in a video than written out on a blog post. So we hope you guys enjoy.
So we just celebrated our 2-year wedding anniversary, which actually was our 9-year anniversary together, believe it or not. So we were high school sweethearts all the way back, met when we were freshman year, 14 years old, which is crazy to think about. Started dating when we were 16 though. That was the official time that we got together. And
we started being really good friends, you know, whenever we met, and as we got to know each other better, we knew that we kind of liked each other and kind of wanted to be in a relationship. So once we got to that point, he came over to my house, my parents' house, for the first time, and we were going to watch a movie, and I told him that we had to watch Legally Blonde because that was my favorite movie, and he had never seen it, so he had to watch it so he would get all my references that I'm always using.
Of course.
So we watched the movie, and, you know, we were just, like, holding hands. I think we, like, held hands for the first time, or I don't know
16-year-olds.
what we did. Yeah, we were super awkward, probably. But at the end of the movie, I've just always been kind of a cut to the chase kind of person, so, and still am. And so I was like, so are we boyfriend and girlfriend?
And my response was, I guess so. I did not live that one down forever. Still living that response down of,
yeah,
I guess so.
So I took that as a yes, and we just kind of ran with it, and the rest is history. So, you know, we finished high school and ended up deciding to both go to the same college, and we both knew we wanted to do engineering, so we both chose a school that is well known for their engineering college, so it kind of worked out that we both wanted to do the same thing and go to the same school.
Yeah, college for us was, a lot of people have different college stories. Ours was definitely not that fun, I'd say. Being that we both chose to do engineering, it was extremely difficult and full of stress, and, you know, as you can imagine, it's just crazy.
We like take it really seriously. Like we wanted to do really well. He was valedictorian in high school, and I had almost straight A's, in high school. So we just kind of had that expectation for ourselves in college, which college, if you've been to college, if you're old enough to be in college, then you know, like, it's totally different than high school, and getting an A in college is not the same as getting an A in high school. So we kind of had to find our way with that. But we weren't big partiers or people that went out to, like, the clubs and stuff. We were kind of just stayed in our dorm. We both lived in dorm rooms, so we would hang out in our dorms and watch Gilmore Girls, and a lot of other Netflix shows. And one thing we loved to do would just be to go shopping, or I loved to, and he would.
I grew into the shopping.
So our favorite place to go was everyone's favorite place, which is Target.
Yeah, love Target.
And we still do to this day, but we would just go to Target like every night. Some weeks we would go and we'd be like, oh, we've already been 3 times and it's only Wednesday.
Yeah, it was crazy. But we love going and, like, seeing those little clearance stickers. Like, that's the best thing.
Yeah, we would go around and try to find all the stuff on clearance and get good deals, and Target just has the cutest stuff. So
yeah,
that was kind of our fun thing. And we would also go to the mall, and, you know, that was kind of what we did in the evenings instead of going out to the bars.
Yeah. And I'm sure, as many of you can imagine who have graduated college, like, looking back now, even though as stressful and crazy as it was, like, we definitely miss it. Like, all of the times that you could just go and take a nap between classes. Like, I really wish I could right now take a nap in the middle of work, but fortunately that's frowned upon. So, but yeah, taking naps and, like, going shopping in the middle of the day, you know, looking back always, I guess hindsight's 20/20. So.
Yeah. But in college, as we got closer to the end, we, had been together for many years at that point, and so we knew that we wanted to be together forever.
Right.
And we talked a lot about kind of where we saw the next, stage of our life going. So we talked about getting married, and we knew that we wanted to live close to family back in our hometown, and we wanted to start a family pretty young, and so we just kind of started making those plans and working towards those goals.
So all that meant that an engagement had to come up soon. So I had to start thinking about what I wanted to do and what the ring and all that. And I just loved thinking about how much I loved her and what was the best way to try to surprise her, even though that was going to be hard since we had been dating for like 6 years at that point. But I still tried. So I tried to think of a creative way, and I designed her ring for her, which was really cool and a great experience. But thinking through what I wanted to do, we both grew up and loving Disney and all the lights and Christmas time, and our anniversary was right around Christmas, so it was great that the holiday season was around, and you're just happier around the holidays anyway. So why not add to the excitement and get engaged around that time? So sure enough, I planned an engagement at the Grand Floridian Resort at Disney. So that's like the flagship resort, and it's super pretty and white. And
it's my favorite resort there at Christmas because they have the life-size gingerbread house and a huge, I don't even know, 2 or 3 story Christmas tree. So that's always been my favorite place. Yeah,
and that was my excuse because she loved it so much. It was like, oh, let's go look at the lights and the trees and the gingerbread house. And so we got there, and they actually have a band at Grand Floridian, and I got them to play one of our songs, All Be by Edwin McCain. But so I walked her up by the band, and they started playing our song,
which I did not realize until he pointed it out eventually.
Yeah, it was significantly later after I proposed that she realized it. But the band was playing, and I got down on one knee and proposed. And at that time, I also had family so important to us, so I actually had our family come around the corner and was there to celebrate with us and take pictures and everything like that. So it was a great
special moment for us.
Yeah, and then
as everyone's engagement is a special moment, but
exactly,
I knew he put a lot of time into it, and that just meant a lot to me because we had been together for so long, so it wasn't like a shock that he was proposing, but the way that he did it, I knew he put a lot of time into it, and it was really special.
Yeah, it was a great time in our life.
So at that point, that was over our Christmas break, and we had 1 semester of college left. So it was hard to stay focused on school and reaching that finish line, and also thinking about our wedding and starting to plan all of our wedding stuff and just getting really excited about that. We had set a date for pretty much exactly a year after we had gotten engaged. So we knew we were working towards that date, and
clock was ticking.
Yeah. But we did graduate in May, which was a huge accomplishment, and crazy that we were finally done with college. And so then we were kind of full force working towards the wedding. We both had gotten pretty much our dream jobs that we had applied for.
Yep.
And so we started work full-time and started doing the wedding planning.
That's right. Yeah, and wedding planning for us, we love, as you'll come to learn, we love DIY stuff and saving money, and so of course for our wedding it was very much DIY. All of the different table settings and all those different things that go into the wedding. We planned it out.
We didn't have a wedding planner or anything. It was pretty much us, and my mom was a big help. We would all sit around the dining room table and come up with ideas and plan out how we were going to make it happen, and just get everything situated.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work. It was super rewarding, obviously, at the wedding to have seen all the hard work that we put together.
Yeah.
But
so like Brian mentioned earlier, our wedding anniversary was our dating anniversary. So it was exactly 7 years together on our wedding day, and it was just the best day. Everything fell into place exactly as we had planned it, and just having all of our friends and family there, you just could really feel the love around us, and it was an incredible day.
It was. And if you guys who have been married, like, I'm sure you'll recall, like, your wedding day is the best day of your life. And for those who haven't been married yet, it's something to definitely look forward to. It's just a great day.
Yeah.
So
one thing that I am known to do is kind of skip ahead. So I started talking to Brian about buying a house before we were even actually married, and he was like, well, we're like still trying to get married and do all this wedding stuff, but we started dabbling a little bit in the house hunting realm before we got married, but obviously we're still focused on the wedding. So after the wedding and honeymoon and getting settled into married life for a day or two.
Yeah, like a day.
No, we kind of hit the house hunt hard, and we started looking around the area that we wanted to live in for our, first home together.
Yeah, and I'll say too, as we get to our story of the house, like one of the things we looked at like foreclosure homes and stuff. Like we loved like HGTV and watching that, like the Property Brothers and stuff, and we were like, oh, we can get a good deal on like a foreclosure house, and we can just fix it up and make it like our own. So we like went and looked at some, and it was like classic foreclosures. Like one, like the ceiling was down in it, and there was like, it was scary.
Yeah.
So if you've bought a foreclosure home, like more power to you, but
it was also really hard to buy a foreclosure home.
Yeah.
We put in offers on several, and we would just never hear back, which we were trying to get into a house sooner rather than later, so we couldn't just wait for months on end to hear back from, our offers that we put in. So it was kind of a path we eventually realized, okay, we're going to shift gears and try to just buy a regular house that isn't falling apart. So one thing that we did was create kind of a must-have list. As we saw more and more houses, we realized what was really important to us and what we kind of would like to have and what maybe wasn't as important to us. And once we put that together, we could look at a house online and just be like, nope. It's not gonna work. And then we would see some like, oh, maybe this would work. So then we would go to either the open house or have our realtor show us a house that we liked. So eventually we came to see what is now our house. We didn't know at the time, but it definitely wasn't our style. The previous owners had an interesting style, but we could tell the bones of the house were there and kind of met all the criteria that we had.
Yeah, and I feel like coming from the experience of like looking at foreclosures and even at that point being like, oh yeah, we could possibly handle this, like finding our home now where it was like it needed some work, but at this point we were like, yeah, it's got good bones, we can handle it, we could do this.
Yeah, so we went through that whole process of putting an offer on the home and negotiating and waiting under contract, and eventually closed on the home, and we were super excited.
Homeowners.
It's kind of surreal to own your own home. It's very weird feeling, but awesome feeling.
Yeah. It's scary too, because it's like all your responsibility.
Yeah.
Like,
this is ours.
This is it.
So we knew we had like different cosmetic kind of things we wanted to change about the house right away. So we didn't move in for about a month while we did work on the house, and we did it all ourselves. Mostly Brian and both of our dads did the brunt of it, and me and my mom did a lot of like painting or just kind of making the plans of this is what should happen. So it was a family effort, and we live about 10 minutes from both of our parents. So we're really lucky and exactly where we wanted to be.
Yeah, and like we said, we love DIY stuff, and I especially love home improvement DIY. So, I mean, when we say we like renovated, we like jackhammered up like 1,000 square foot of tile, and it was like dust and things it was disgusting. We ripped out a kitchen. We'll cover a lot more of that on our blog and stuff, but it was a lot of work.
We did a lot. But now it's all finished, and we love it.
We do.
And that kind of brings us to our current state our current adventure is that we are expecting our first baby, which has always been kind of our ultimate goal, and all the steps leading up to get us to this point that we've just been waiting for and dreaming about for years. So I'm about 8 months pregnant right now filming this video, so we are very excited for our little girl to get here in a few months and change our lives forever.
That's right. She's due February 12th, so we'll see. February's going to be a big month for us.
Yep. So that is pretty much our story. We hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit more about us, and you can follow us on Instagram at The Conquer Couple and subscribe here on YouTube to our channel to just stay up to date with us and know when more videos come out, when our blog posts go live and all that. So we can't wait to learn more about all of you as well. So feel free to comment below with any questions you have, or tell us a little bit about your story, and we will see you next time.
See you guys.
Just be casual.
Casual.